I just goes to say, whatever effort you put into self-improvement, everything else around you just gets to feel that. It has a, like a ripple effect. Welcome to the conversation on TOS Television Network, your digital first Pan-African news network. And as always, on the conversation, we get to bring you very insightful, educative, and very, very engaging content here on the conversation. My name is Ade Sowasui.
And I am Merciful Ajinamo. Thank you for joining us on the conversation. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. Good morning, Merciful. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you.
All right, so we move straight into stories from across Africa, starting with Morocco. Morocco's three biggest winners of this month's parliamentary election, the Liberal RNI and PAM parties and the conservative Istiklal, had agreed to form a new cabinet. Morocco's designated Prime Minister Aziz Hakkanout said on Wednesday. Hakkanout, the leader of RNI, had been designated by King Mohammed on September 10 to form a new government after his party came first in the election, taking 102 of the 395 seats in parliament.
And now we'll move over to corruption trial of South Africa ex-President Jacob Zuma postponed. Former South African President Jacob Zuma's corruption trial for a $2 billion government arms deal has been postponed to October 26th, the presiding judge said on Wednesday. Judge Piet Koen said he will try to have the lead prosecutor on Zuma's plea, Billy Downer, removed from a case he has been involved in for almost 2 decades because of perceptions that Downer was biased and not impartial.
Well, this case has been dragging on for forever, and I just hope that
everything gets resolved as soon as possible.
Yes, exactly. Moving away from South Africa to Zambia. So to secure a lending program to help Zambia emerge from a debt crisis, the Southern African nation's president will meet officials of the International Monetary Fund, that's the IMF, and World Bank in Washington, a spokesman said on Wednesday. President Hakainde Hichilema's spokesman, Anthony Bwalia, in a statement issued from New York, did not say when the meetings would take place. All right, that's it for development across Africa here on the conversation this morning. And we'll be bringing you COVID-19 updates from across Africa right now. COVID-19 in Israel is still ravaging. Just do your part to ensure you and the next person is safe. After COVID-19 updates, we'll be going over to the big story.
It is the conversation showing on your digital first Pan-African news network, TOS Television. Be a part of our social media community. Follow us across all our social media platforms. That is at TOS TV Network on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And of course, like and subscribe to our YouTube page, TOS TV Network, so you do not miss out on our amazing content. On the conversation this morning, we have the big story, the crux of the show. And we talk about open grazing, Southern Governor's stance and its effect. Joining us via the telephone is Dr. Ahmed Wali. He's a lecturer, Federal University of Kashere, Gombe State. You're welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Good morning. All right. The governor of Kaduna State, Nasir El-Rufai, recently made a statement, and it has generated a lot of reactions and controversies. He said the Southern Governor's anti-open grazing law cannot be implemented. I do know that the open grazing law routes does not cover the southern part of the country, but yet we're having so much controversy. What do you make of his statement?
You see, my problem with our political class is that we fabricate issues that are not very much fundamental in our political system. You see, this grazing, open grazing system, this is a system that our people who are used to it for the past hundreds of years. And they are, in fact, acculturated to that system of grazing. I don't have any objection with any innovative approaches that we may introduce. But what I am saying is, instead of politicians hijacking all these issues and fabricating it to maybe foster their regional nationalism, I think it is better we look at the issues holistically. You see, you cannot just overnight change the attitude and behaviors of these cattle rearers and tell them that they should go and confine themselves to one area and it work. It may not work. Further to that, I want to believe that it is much more than just only Nigeria. We have to take cognizance of our neighboring countries first. These cattle rearers are moving from Futajalon Plateau of Senegal through Niger Republic, through Nigeria, down to part of Cameroon, to Central Africa, and so forth. So this is a very complex issue. So for northern governors or southern governors to just come and break the country into two and maybe come up with a position, I think it may not be feasible and good for the system. And further to that, Mr. Gentleman, you should know that these cattle rearers, most a significant number of them are not just moving around from state to state, but the ones that are in the southern cattle markets. You cannot confine cattle in the market and with their number and you expect that they cannot go out for grazing. So all I am saying is that let us follow it gradually and maybe with some innovative approaches to what is obtainable in some places that can suit our own peculiarities. But if not, if we are not careful, we may end up compounding our problems instead of solving the problem. The reason why I say the political elites are fond of hijacking these issues is that people are using this type of things to foster their political agenda. You make a noise and you make a statement, people will assume and see you as a nationalist. So all these are just covering their dirty linings and they are confusing we, the commoners, making things so difficult for us. So if you said it can work just without revisiting this thing holistically, I don't think if it is possible. But if we want to try, fine. But what Al-Rufai is saying, without concrete plans and approaches to implementing these laws, it may create further problems.
Okay. Over time, like when you kept talking, you kept mentioning we have to approach it holistically and then look at innovative ways to solve this problem. What are some, in your opinion, what are some of the innovative ways that we can as a country solve this problem?
Good. You see, if we want to approach this issue first, we have to, if the North need to create one big international cattle market first, and then we gradually phase out all the cattle markets in the South. By that, we may reduce their moving around in most of these states and cities to at least 20%. Further to that, let us look at a route that links them maybe with other countries. Let us provide a passage for them only, but not grazing. Let them go. There are areas that they are supposed to have a stopover. Allow these areas to exist. If they are going to Cameroon, let them proceed. Then at a time, we may now come up with a source of getting a reliable information on how many cattle are entering this country and how many are going out, so long as we have defined routes. By so doing now, we will now look at the possibilities of how to control them, who are the domestic cattle rearers and who are the foreign cattle rearers that are coming into the country. We cannot differentiate these two. If we cannot differentiate these two, it will be very difficult for us to take a position, because if now you pass a law and somebody is presently in Senegal, he even don't know, he didn't heard of it, and if he come, you have now recruited militias, ethnic militias to attack them. If they attack them, tomorrow is counter-attack. That is the problem.
Okay. Very quickly, because of time, now we're having the southern governors of Nigeria having a stance on anti-open grazing. And you're saying there are better innovative ways that we can go about this. What's your stance? Do you support their anti-open grazing if there are innovative ways, because the currently route and law does not cover the southern part of Nigeria? Or do you think they should keep the anti-open grazing move first before we tackle the issue?
My dear friend, as far as I am concerned, regionalizing Nigeria through southern governors, northern governors, eastern this, western this, as far as I am concerned, is not healthy, and I'm not concurring to that. If we are talking, let us talk of Nigeria. If there is a problem, let us discuss that problem as Nigerian problem. But a situation where some few cleavages will come together because of some political interest and propagate something, the North will come together and propagate something. We are just dividing ourselves for nothing, because these are all political agendas.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Ahmed. It's been a wonderful time with you once more. Thank you very much for staying tuned to the conversation. We hope we'll have some other conversations in future.
Yes,
it's my pleasure, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And thank you, listeners and viewers, for staying tuned to the show. Don't forget, you can be a part of our social media community. Follow us across all our social media platforms that is displayed on your screen. My name is Merciful Ajinomo.
And I'm Adesu Welsi. And as I always say, please always remember to stay safe. We'll see you tomorrow.